Not a fan of this, Rick. I've seen this before. Jeff Gordon and I were here. We had a brake failure. He took that. You're thankful that wall is designed to move.
Yes, correct. Oh, man.
Huge impact there.
And Steve, you've mentioned it, that backstretch chicane is so inviting because it invites you to carry so much speed through there.
Well, it invites you, and it's
what happened to Bubba Wallace? Now he'll go under the damaged vehicle policy and go on the 6-minute clock. Was running 22nd.
Wow.
Just wondering if he got into the oil or the smoke.
Now that's a Junior Johnson tool that guy's got in his hand right there. It's a hammer.
The sawzalls.
Oh, well, we know who he made contact with.
Front end and rear end damage, kind of figure out who hit who.
All right, let's ride with Bubba and see what happened here.
Check up, front end, check up.
Oh, contact. 51 couldn't get slowed down enough. Cloud, I believe.
So Bubba Wallace in the 43 initiates this, and then the 51 slides into him of David Starr.
Watching this coming down into turn 3, Bubba got loose, got turned by someone coming down and got through the grass. Did not contact the outside wall as far as I can tell, but contact with a 51 is going to end both their days. Let's take a look here.
And guys, I just got word that Bubba Wallace came across radio and said his brakes went out, Junior.
Okay. Yeah, he tried to straighten up the entry. I mean, that's the same thing that happened to him at Pocono. And so you know, your instincts are to aim left and try to, go through the grass and slow the car down some way, somehow. And he did a great job staying out of the wall with the issue he had, but without brakes, he can't stop the car as he's rolling down in front of oncoming traffic. Typically, he would have been on the brakes and be able to stop the car and stop that accident there from happening.
A lot like Harvick does. Maybe not so good getting in the corner, but when he gets, trouble.
David Reagan up and in the wall. Bubba Wallace goes for a spin.
Whoa.
And everybody else gets by. That'll put us under caution at lap 36.
No damage to the 43 of Bubba Wallace. I'm wondering, as they were battling for 26, did they make contact, or did he just try to avoid the 38 of David Reagan?
I think he was just trying to avoid him. Looked like he spun, maybe got on the brake a little bit too hard and spun him around. Don't see any damage to the car.
Now you can see they're side by side going into turn 1. Sparks from the 43 where the car bottoms out a little bit. Oh, he's going to get Bubba loose.
Oh, yeah, he got loose. And then, bam, right there, they did make contact. Wow.
These cars, it's so hard to describe, especially with the right side tire that has to be as durable as Goodyear has to bring here because of these high speeds. It's so edgy from being underneath you to just stepping out.
I hate that for David Reagan.
I do too.
Nice guy, second-generation driver from Georgia. Had some good runs, but had some rough finishes.
They closed on Kyle Larson in 3 and 4.
And a pile up in the middle. The 18 of Kyle Busch is around. Contact, they're rolling in there. Greg Gaulding hits late.
And Steve, you said it.
I don't know if they got the left front or
Just
not.
because you have a great car doesn't mean you're going to avoid these kind of things. It's lap 2. Already in wreck.
You see the 18 pull away, the tail panel damaged very heavily. The left front tire took a very hard shot. We'll have to see
All the rear sheet metal's KO'd.
what the suspension looks like. Bubba Wallace with heavy damage on the 43, smoking. I assume the radiator's knocked out of that car.
Steve, there's mandatory parts that have to be on these cars at certain racetracks. What do they have to do, especially to the 18 with the back flying off of that?
So the tail panel is required at some racetracks. NASCAR is going to have to make the decision whether they feel the speed here is high enough that that's going to be required. That'll be NASCAR's decision. But remember, the biggest difficulty here is you only have 6 minutes to make all these repairs, and pit road can be so long here. You spend so much time. Let's take a look, guys, at what happened.
This was coming out of turn 4.
See Kyle Busch on the bottom of the racetrack, gets up the racetrack, out of that sticky stuff into Ryan Blaney, then he just spins in front of the field.
And when he does that, a roadblock right there on the front stretch.
Little contact for the 78.
See right there, he's up the racetrack, a little bit of contact, spin. It's just so hard to get slowed down.
Oh, that's pretty significant contact.
Once they get the white flag, the next flag will call it the 14 around. Boyer into the wall, the caution comes out just before they get to the start-finish line.
Some big impacts.
Bain caught up, as is Bubba Wallace. Brendan Gaughan also in this.
Let's take a look at the replay, get an idea how this all started. There you see Clint Boyer and Bubba Wallace. Clint's on the inside. Bubba's got a little tire rub there, but he's shoving and he just turns, pushing so hard. And Clint was moving around on the front bumper. And it hooked him into the wall. That's just real aggressive bump drafting. Here's from the 43 roof cam. And he just turned him sideways there, hooked him bad.
Keep coming, keep coming.
That's just really aggressive pushing. Really aggressive bump drafting, which is what's going to happen at the end.
Bubba Wallace into the wall, and a lot of damage to the 43.
That had to happen on corner entry.
Yeah, we talked about it in the practice earlier today, how rough that entrance into turn 3 is.
Just heard him say, back up. He dropped the window net to let everyone know that the driver's okay, but you see him slam.
As you can see, Bubba Wallace had a terrible season with a lot of wrecks and rookie mistakes. His stats in 2018 include 1 top 5, 3 top 10s, and 10 top 20 finishes. Last year's stats of Merrick Garmola, who drove that same 43 car but missed 7 races due to back injury, include 3 top 5, 6 top 10s, and 13 top 20 finishes. If Eric hadn't gotten injured, he may have gotten 1 or 2 more top 10s. So overall, RPM making the switch to Chevy was an overall bad decision, due to the fact that Chevy didn't have the season that they had hoped for and will need to improve for next season. If I gave Bubba Wallace a grade, it would be a D. I expected more from Bubba this year, and he delivered with disappointing results. I think next year Bubba will have an overall better season. 1, due to the fact that Bubba will have a season under his belt and will eliminate his rookie mistakes. 2, Chevy overall will have a better handle on the car and the performance will increase as well. And number 3, NASCAR will roll out a new package for 2019 that will make the field tighter together, which means Bubba might get a few more top 5s and top 10s. If you liked the video, like and subscribe to Let's Go Suarez 19. Until next time, goodbye.